gentleman from New Jersey is recognized.
You know, I didn't prepare anything for this. I don't have a prepared speech, but it just struck me by what was just said as far as, you know, how wonderful everything was under and is under the Biden administration. Record inflation, record high interest rates, open borders, more crime in our cities, war around the world, a military that is literally lacking a lot of the things they need as far as morale. Those aren't good things. And you know, the only thing that is worse than passing a limited number of bills is passing bad bills. You don't judge a Congress by the number of bills that they pass. You judge them by the bills that they don't pass, trying to prevent problems, and you also judge them by the good bills that they pass. And I think you judge this committee by the things we've brought to light. If it wasn't for the majority in this committee, the average American wouldn't know what's going on. And let's go back to the case at hand here with Mr. Zwonitzer. We've asked the DOJ. They brought up before, one of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle brought up that, you know, we should go to the Department of Justice. We have. We've asked for the audio tapes. We got the transcripts, but we didn't get the audio tapes. If there is no problem, why wouldn't you turn them over? Think about it. The audio tapes should be exactly the same as the transcript. But is there a problem? Was the transcript not accurate? I would believe and hope that it is. But is there something in what President Biden said and the way he comported himself and the way that he behaved in those audio tapes? Some of the things maybe he did say or even didn't say that are of concern. We have a right to know that.
Will the gentleman yield for a question?
Just in a second. But we didn't get that information. You know, and here we are again. We ask, I mean, think about it. We were comparing what happened with classified documents with Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Donald Trump was a president when he removed those documents. He was a president that has a right to declassify. He was a president that put it in an area that was safely stored. Joe Biden, you can laugh all you want. I'll tell you what isn't funny is keeping documents in a broken down box next to a collapsed dog bed in a garage. That's not funny. And that's real, and that's where Joe Biden kept the documents. And then what's even less funny is Joe Biden made money on the deal. He gets a ghostwriter, he writes a book, and he uses the classified documents for the book. And I think it was $8 million. I don't have it in front of me. That's what's really concerning. President Trump didn't make any money from keeping classified documents. So we're not declaring like to like, and that's the issue. It is once again over and over and over and over again. Justice for thee. Guess what? Any of us on either side of the aisle, if we were subpoenaed and we're supposed to give information, we would be in trouble. And those other individuals.
Will the gentleman yield for a question?
I will. I said in a minute. This is my time. You already spoke. So the point is, it's just a matter of being fair. If there's nothing to worry about, turn it over. If there's something to worry about, I understand why you wouldn't turn it over. And that's the point of this whole issue. He should turn over, the ghostwriter should turn over the information that he has, the documents that are requested. If they're no big deal, why wouldn't you give them up? It would lead you to believe that there's something wrong, and I believe there is. Now I will yield.
Thank you. I thank the gentleman from New Jersey. Two questions. One is with respect to if you got the subpoena, why wouldn't you just comply with it? Is the gentleman aware that Kevin McCarthy, Jim Jordan, Scott Perry, and Andy Biggs received subpoenas from the January 6th committee and never complied at all?
I'm going to take my time back for a second. A committee that wasn't bipartisan, wasn't legal.
It was, actually.
It wasn't. You had a couple of people on there. There was not, you can't say that it was bipartisan. Mr. Chairman, may I have my time? Mr. Chairman, may I have order?
Time belongs to the gentleman from New Jersey.
So we all know that the committee that Speaker Pelosi at that time refused to have a true bipartisan committee, and that the committee was fake. And the committee didn't do anything. And then afterward, documents from that committee are missing and we can't get a hold of it. There is a history here. This we see repeatedly over and over again. Just because a partisan group of people say a committee is bipartisan does not mean that it is, because that committee was never bipartisan. You had 2 Republicans on there that hated Republicans, and the rest were Democrats. Come on.
Gentleman's time has expired.
I yield back.